treachery on the high seas. Arr! Coming up tonight, GULLFOSS inventors' defamatory piracy claim, desperate attempts to discredit shocking new evidence, the truth about Soundtheory's financial problems that led to GULLFOSS, plus, I'll be doing a reading from my latest books, Bad Hair Detective Attack of the Gear Spaces, and Selling a Theory, the GULLFOSS Story. All this and more on Bad Hair Detective Undercover. Harry finally arrived at planet Gearspace, home of the Gear Spaces. All the Gear Spaces had cool names like Hardtoe, Pull Turd, Fleer, and there was even an alien boss called Neptune 45. Harry was sure he would find the answers he was looking for on this strange planet. Harry sent a message using the planet uplink terminal. Do you want to see the message? Here it is. Yeah, there you go. Read the message. That's a good boy. Within minutes, Harry got a reply from a gear spacer called Attel, but the message was very hostile. The alien thought Harry was a space pirate. Arr!
Don't you think it is quite hypocritical to post this question after you have already spent a lot of time in producing a video which very clearly shows your attitude? This is little more than a shameless effort to attract viewers to your channel with highly questionable testing methods. Oh, and clearly everyone else is an idiot, goes without saying. Andreas. PS, and just maybe you should not have used an old and pirated version of GULLFOSS for testing, too.
Harry didn't realize he was talking to a developertron, the highest of all the aliens on planet Gearspace. So Harry tried to calm the Gearspacer down, and even added a joke at the end. But this just made the Gearspacer more angry. He continued to call Harry a pirate. It wasn't long before more Gearspacers started bashing Harry. Harry was completely outnumbered. Terrible, isn't it, boy?
We were destined to be the longest-running startup in history, as we were self-funded and running out of cash. I said that it was now or never. We needed a product for the market within a year. Well, necessity is the mother of invention. Andy and Andres came up with the concept of GULLFOSS. And so we incorporated the company Soundtheory Limited, and got to work fashioning a product to sell to real people.
After 14 long years of supporting Andreas' research, David's funds were drying up, and they were still unsure if the data they had collected was even useful, and if so, how well it would translate into a piece of software. Andreas himself said at the time,
There was a long period of uncertainty about how and if what we had understood could be used in any meaningful way.
alas, they were now at the point of no return. GULLFOSS had to work and it had to be a success. All they needed was the support of the audio community and their hard work would pay off. But first, GULLFOSS needed a USP.
One commonly held dream amongst musicians, mix engineers, and mastering engineers alike is to have a single control that just simply makes things sound better.
Good sound button,
An instant gooderizer?
A dark blanket remover.
A magic bullet.
A cheat code.
Wouldn't it be great to have this magical plugin?
It's like it's reading my mind.
So how did they get these top pros to believe the hype? They can't all be high. Soundtheory had a sneaky trick up their sleeve.
So here GULLFOSS is really helping to open up the mix and enhance the brightness.
The drums are more clear and upfront, and the guitar is much less muddy.
Howdy fellow nerds. Let's look at some of the ways you can manipulate audio to make it sound more pleasing to the human ear. For example, making it louder, adding reverb, or increasing the stereo width.
Auto gain, 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 auto gain.
You can also cut or boost specific frequencies to make audio sound more pleasing. For example, if you increase the treble, the audio will sound brighter and more appealing. Here is how the manual recommends using GULLFOSS.
Balancing the brightness meter around its zero position, so that you can hardly see it, gives you an output that is equally bright as the input and therefore a good starting point for judging the effect of the unmasking without any bias. Without any bias.
In both the Soundtheory examples we used and in almost all reviews on YouTube, the brightness is over-exaggerated.
It's a bit subtle. I did exaggerate a little bit on the brighten here, so that the difference will come across more. So yeah.
A small minority of YouTubers did adjust the treble so as not to mislead their viewers.
Now I'm trying to balance out the brightness so that the bypass feature can show us more of what the plugin's doing without just being deceived by brightness.
The recover obviously brought up a lot of high end here, so be aware of how sensitive our ears are to that stuff. And just because things are a little bit more clear from maybe 1 or 2K upward in the frequency range doesn't necessarily make for a better mix or whatever. It just means it's going to be a little bit brighter and maybe a touch louder.
After Soundtheory accused us of foul play, we lost 7% of our subscribers and got our first ever YouTube video dislikes. We also received our first negative comment. It was especially tough on me. Some mornings I didn't even have the energy to boot up, and when I did, it wasn't long before I crashed again.
Gather ye who are brave enough to take the GULLFOSS challenge. Well, if you can pick GULLFOSS out of the lineup, you'll receive the rarest of all treasures of the 7 seas, the golden ear emoji. In an uno momento, you'll hear 3 mixes, A, B, and C. 2 of the mixes use basic EQing, and the other mix uses GULLFOSS. Considering one of the EQs is a stock plugin and there's absolutely no dynamic processing, this should be easy, right? If you want to get your hands on the clams, simply comment below with A, B, or C. And if you get the right answer, you'll win the golden ear emoji. Fingers on buzzers. So, could you tell which mix used GULLFOSS? If so, comment below.
Next time on Bad Hair Detective.
Does your guitar sound have too much trumpet? Do your drums need more cat? I'll be checking out Soundtheory's latest plugin, which helps tackle these common audio problems. 7 plugins for the price of 1, and Niagara Falls for every day of the fucking week. And Harry returns to Planet Gearspace to see if he can make friends with the Gearspacers now that he's cleared up the shitstorm caused by Andreas.
Developers like Soundtheory do not want channels like this to exist, and they will do anything they can to silence them. Tell them to rack off and hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe.